Tim Ryan and Johnny Morris back at Soldier Field, and this quarterback story that has continued all season long here, settled by Mike Ditka on Monday in saying McMahon would be the quarterback the rest of the way. Walter Payton got into the act when the press was in there trying to find out what Ditka had to say.
And he said that it didn't matter who played quarterback. He's tired of all the controversy about quarterback, and he said the janitor there out at the Bear headquarters, Dick McMurrin, could play quarterback. And he says with our team, so McMurrin, who is 60 years old, said, okay, I'm going to play quarterback. He suited up one day and came out to practice to be the quarterback.
Number 17 he was for a day. And I think that was really a good psychological ploy on Mike Ditka's part to kind of keep that situation loose. And when Payton gave him the opportunity to do so, he did. And Dick McMurrin became a minor celebrity at the Lake Forest headquarters of the Chicago Bears. One brief moment in the sun. Thomas kicks off. The Eagles to our right. Major Everett at the 5-yard line juggles the ball. Now he can turn out with some running room. Everett gets away from one man, and Brian Bashnagel hauls him down at the 22. Well, what appeared to be good coverage turned into bad coverage, and fortunately for Chicago, Bashnagel stopped him just over the 20-yard line.
Had Bashnagel not made that tackle, he might have been able to get around the horn and go all the way, so it was a saving tackle. As the Eagles, let's see if they've regained their composure after that set of circumstances that happened to them right before halftime.
First down, the 20-yard line, 21. Eagles opening the second half of play, trailing 14-7. Hubie Oliver running off tackles, shakes off 2 tackles, and picks up about 7 on the play. Singletary had him and lost him. Leslie Frazier pulled him down. Good hard running by Hubie Oliver, 26-year-old third-year man out of Arizona, their number 7 pick in 1981. Become a very steady player for him.
Did you see he had both arms wrapped around that football that time?
Oliver coughed one up back in the first quarter that was recovered by Leslie Frazier. 2nd and 2 for the Eagles out of the I. Oliver banging his way over the 30 will be close to the first down, but it appears to be a little bit short. Wilson, Dent in there on the tackle, Hartenstein, Bell, host of Bears. And just to quickly set that Bears defense again for you, remember they've got a banged up defensive unit doing a good job so far. They've got Hartenstein as the only regular, Tyrone Keys playing for Jim Osborne. Osborne is not hurt, but they made the change there for today. Steve McMichael for the injured Dan Hampton, Richard Dent for the injured Al Harris. 2 rookies, Keys and Dent. And they have just got the first down. So the Eagles from their own 31-yard line keep it moving, and Oliver leaving limping. That'll probably bring Major Everett into the ball game. Number 39. Out to the left comes Quick. Out to the right goes Tony Woodruff, number 83. Off injured reserve today, second-year man from Fresno State. Quick flare to Quick, and he dropped the ball. Mike Quick, a little eager to get downfield. Bears were over to cover it fairly well.
He didn't jump quite high enough to get the ball in the body, just reached his hands up, took a slight leap, and if the ball gets through your hands, there's nothing to stop it. And that was the situation with Mike Quick.
2nd and 10. Quick to the left, Woodruff to the right. Michael Williams sets up on the wing right. Everett the lone setback. Now they shift into the I. Williams the deep back. Williams. Good defensive work by the Chicago Bears. Richard Dent, number 95, Mike Singletary, and his linebacking colleague Otis Wilson all in on the stop. No gain on the play, maybe a half yard.
So 2 more defensive backs come in as Wilson and Gary Campbell, 2 linebackers, come off the field. Walt Williams is in the game, number 43 for the Bears. They have 6 defensive backs.
3rd and 9.5 for the Eagles. Dan Walters came out of his three-point stance and drew the Bears over. So the Eagles continue to hurt themselves. It'll be 3rd down and 16 as they mark it back at the 27.
Start, number 75, offense, 3rd down.
The Eagles have not been too effective over the year on 3rd down situations. Until last week, they were 10 of 18 converting on 3rd downs against Dallas. But before that, they were only 29% effective.
That's their 9th penalty on the afternoon. They're showing blitz. Singletary looks like he's eager to come in there. But he doesn't. Jaworski has time. Now out of the pocket, he'll run it. Jaworski has the 1st down. 2nd time today he's done that. Out to the 45-yard line, where he's tackled by Mike Richardson, number 27. But a good job by Ron Jaworski again. Now for an NFL Today report, let's go to Brent Musburger in New York. Find out what's happening.
Tim, it's a shootout for the Lions. They scored first in the 3rd quarter, and then Oliver Luck drove the Oilers the length of the field, topped it off with this touchdown pass to Chris Russell. They're now tied at 17. Back to Tim and Johnny.
Of course, a big game for them. 5-5. Houston just trying to win one. And here on 1st down, Michael Haddix carrying the ball for the first time today, gets to the 50-yard line, and a pickup of 5. Harry Campbell on the tackle. So it is 2nd and 5. Michael Haddix, the number 1 choice out of Mississippi State. 2nd and 5. Pitch out. Haddix hit behind the line by Otis Wilson, and it was Singletary and McMichael who combined to haul him down after a pickup of about 2 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Well, it was Otis Wilson who came across and had a chance to throw him for a loss here. You'll see number 55. He gets faked out, tries to grab him rather than going for the tackle. Finally, Gary Campbell on the tackle, but good running there to give the Eagles a better shot on a 3rd down situation.
This is Michael Haddix. Haddix has the 1st down. Off tackle running behind good blocking Baker and Sizemore. Todd Bell and Otis Wilson for the Bears made the stop, but the Eagles are on the move here and primarily on the ground.
And key play when Jaworski did another scramble and got that 1st down with 15 yards to go. That kept this drive alive and maybe set a tempo for the Eagles in this 2nd half.
They're at the Bears 42. 10:27 to go, 3rd quarter. Bears lead it 14-7. Marion Campbell happy with this drive thus far. Haddix and Everett, 2 rookies, are the running backs. Quick. Back in motion, play action. Up the middle for Quick. A great catch by Quick. And he has another Eagle 1st down at the 23-yard line of the Bears. Frazier and Richardson, the corners, combine to make the stop.
In fact, there were a whole bunch of guys in on that tackle, but not before Quick made a super catch. As Jaworski stayed right in the pocket, you can see a whole bunch of dark jerseys all around Mike Quick. He goes up with those soft hands and makes a super catch. Isn't it amazing how you drop a 4-yard hitch pass and then you make a catch like this downfield when you have to fly and you're sprawling and everything else like that? And Mike Quick shows why he's going to be a great one.
Major Everett running hard. The rookie gets to the 15, and the Eagles moving it smartly. Todd Bell on the tackle. Well, they came out fired up here in this 2nd half. As you might expect, they had to go in there plenty hot after that final 2 minutes of the 1st half that resulted in the Bears touchdown. So they're taking it out offensively at this very moment. 9:11 to go in the 3rd quarter, and the Eagles just marching down the field. 2nd and 3 from the 17. Everett in motion behind the ball. Pitch out, Haddix. Wilson gets a piece, and the Bears make a good defensive play. Hartenstein and Leslie Frazier make it to Richardson, 27, forcing him out.
Well, the key here was that Major Everett in motion is the guy that had to get Otis Wilson, number 55. See him in motion going to the right, and you'll see the block, and he missed the block right there, and you'll see 55, Otis Wilson, forces number 26, Michael Haddix, wide, and that was what busted the play. Major Everett needed to get that block for him. So now it's a third and about, what, 5?
Third and 5. Schmidt and Williams in, joining the secondary. 6 defensive backs in for the Bears on the passing situation. Slot formation left for the Eagles. Long count by Jaworski. Straight drop. He's got Vito Cab, and he makes the catch for a first down to the 10-yard line. Todd Bell made the stop, and Todd Bell had to be ready for that play. He saw it 3 times at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. Cab just made a real good catch. Bell's coverage was fine.
That's right, and as in Philadelphia, the 3 times that Cab caught the pass, Todd Bell was right there on the tackle, but the pass was so good, right out of it, led him perfectly, and Vito Cab got it. First down, key play.
They spotted at the 11-yard line, so it is 1st and 10 from the 11 for the Eagles. Trying to drive in and tie it up. Everett and Haddix continue with the running backs. Oliver may be hurt. He has not been in there for a while, and he did leave limping. Haddix gets to the 10-yard line. Tripped up by Singletary, the linebacker number 50. Singletary came into the ball game with 85 tackles, 71 solo. Main man in the middle for the Chicago Bears. So Haddix getting some time here with the injury to Hubie Oliver. We'll try and get a report on Oliver for you, but Haddix, who I'm sure is glad to have an opportunity to show he can hang on to the football. He dropped a few in the early going of his rookie season with the Eagles and hasn't had a lot of time carrying the ball since. Second at 8 after a 2-yard pickup. 2 rookie running backs for the Eagles. Haddix got a pretty good hole, and he blasts his way to the 5-yard line. Now a big 3rd down play for the Philadelphia Eagles. They need to get to the 1 for a first down. Dick Wood, the offensive coordinator, on the right of your screen with the headset on, signals in the play. You all know what that one is, don't you? The old finger snap down to the knee. Got that one, Johnny?
Well, they don't roll Jaworski out very much. They have 3rd and 4 for the first down and 3rd and 5 for the touchdown. So
at the 5-yard line, and the crowd here at Soldier Field trying to arouse the Bears defense. Quick flare for Woodruff in the corner. Touchdown! Tony Woodruff, in his first game off injured reserve, collects the Eagles' touchdown with Mike Richardson on the coverage. The perfectly thrown pass to the corner from Jaworski.
Straight old fly up the field when you have the tight coverage by the defensive back. Richardson is right on him because they're so close to the goal line. He just lifts it up and over, and what a grab by Woodruff. Hey, he gets in the action, makes the touchdown. That was a gutsy drive by the Philadelphia Eagles. 2 long 3rd down situations. They converted on both of them and got the touchdown.
Taking the opening kickoff and going the distance, so the combination of running and passing, and a big play by Jaworski on 3rd down. Barefoot Tony Franklin knocks it through, and so the football game is tied up with 6:27 remaining in the 3rd period. The Eagles 14 and the Bears 14. Tim Ryan with Johnny Morris. A gray, cool day at Soldier Field in Chicago, where Tony Woodruff has just caught his first NFL pass from Ron Jaworski for a touchdown. Nice way to start. And the ball blew off the tee. So Franklin will have to tee it up again. We're tied at 14. The deep men for the Bears. Dennis Gentry in the middle with Bashnagel and Hutchison flanking him.
You know, Franklin's got to have corns on his feet when he finishes his NFL career. I don't care what.
I think he injects it with antifreeze. I think that's the tip-off. And it is taken by Bashnagel at the 4-yard line. Brian Bashnagel been bothered with a leg injury much of the season, but feeling a little better and runs it well out to the 27-yard line where Albert Fowles made the tackle. Well, spotted at the 24-yard line. So the Bears will start from there. Their first offensive series of the second half as the Eagles took it the distance. 79 yards in 15 plays for the tying score. 6:17 remaining in the 3rd quarter. The Bears 14 and the Eagles 14. Back once again in Chicago. Word on Hubert Oliver, the fullback of the Philadelphia Eagles. A bruised hip. He went limping off a few minutes ago. He can return to the game, however, we are told. Bears football from their own 24-yard line. Suey and Payton, the running backs. Moorhead in motion. They give us to Payton, and the Eagles pour in to block that up. Harrison having an outstanding game, and Ken Clark, number 71. Let's go to Brent Musburger for an update on the Houston game.
Tim, the rookie running back from Notre Dame, Larry Moriarty, has just put the Oilers ahead of the Detroit Lions. It is now 24-17 as he battles his way into the end zone. Let's go back to Tim and Johnny.
You got to pull some for the Houston Oilers to win a game sometime. Today might be the day, and they could really hurt Detroit. Detroit currently at 5-5, tied with Green Bay, second place behind Minnesota in the NFC Central. And Green Bay leading the Vikings in that game. So things are jamming up as usual in the NFC Central. 2nd and 10. Up the middle, complete to Suey. Jerry Robinson makes the tackle on Matt Suey, and it'll be about a 9-yard gain on the play. So the Eagles with a big defensive stop for no gain on first down. Give up 9 on second down, and the Bears are out to their 34. Some other scores. There's that Green Bay score, leading the Vikings 19-7. If they could hang on, Green Bay would go to 6-5, tied with Minnesota. Cleveland whipping up on Tampa Bay. The Bucs finally winning their first game last week. Jets in Buffalo, 14-7. Pittsburgh leading Baltimore 7-6. Third and about a yard to go. Payton is all jammed up, and this will be very, very close. No guarantee. In fact, an Eagle has the football, but play had been whistled dead.
He's got it.
And depending on where they spot, it looks like the official is standing over the marker, so it'll be a Chicago first down. Eagles did a good job closing that up, but Waller's a hard man to stop his forward progress. He only needs about a yard. There's 38 yards rushing today for Walter Payton.
There's Mike Ditka in his new sweater. He said that's his preppy sweater.
I don't think he suits the part. Preppy, he's not. Iron Mike from Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. Suey gets about 3. Reggie Wilkes on the tackle.
And you're right, Reggie Wilkes did a good job. Emory Moorhead was trying to take him out of the play, and Wilkes stuck with it, played off the block, and made the tackle.
Imagine Mike Ditka at prep school, like Choate or Hotchkiss or something like that. I would say Hard Rock High in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania is probably about right.
They don't call him Iron Mike for nothing.
2nd and 7 for the Chicago Bears. We're tied at 14, 3:40 to go in the third quarter. Out of the pro set, Suey and Payton. Slot left. Walter Payton's got some blocking out there. Turns it upfield and is close to the first down again. He'll be short by about a half yard. Number 59, Joel Williams, made the tackle. Kurt Becker leading the blocking out there on the left side for the Bears. Number 79.
Walter Payton, who had 11,020 yards going into this game, and he's moved into second place on the all-time combined yardage behind Jim Brown, and is eventually going to break Jim Brown's record. The interesting thing is that Franco Harris may break it first, so that Payton will end up breaking Franco Harris's record, because Franco Harris is only now about 600 yards behind Jimmy Brown's record.
That's right. Payton had 62 yards on 14 carries last week against the Rams. He's over the 40-yard mark today, and McMahon just sneaks this one straight ahead for the Bears' first down. And so, like the Eagles on their last possession, the Bears are marching smartly upfield and have a first down at their 47-yard line. Time winding down in the third quarter, and McMahon comes limping off a little bit. He's limped off several times, but this time it looks like he is hurt. He didn't want to show it out there. But when he got near that bench, he sat down in a hurry. Vince Evans has come into the ball game. A mixture of cheers and boos for Evans from the somewhat skeptical Chicago Bears crowd. Some of those feel perhaps by his indicating he may jump to the USFL, that he's no longer a loyal Bear, but he can make big plays. When he gets hit as he lets the ball go, and Moorhead nearly made a good catch. Quite a rap on Evans from Joel Williams, the blitzing linebacker, number 59. And then Reggie Wilkes, pretty good lick on Moorhead, the intended receiver. Good hard hitting by the Eagles, broke it up.
That's a way to go in the game and get smashed to the turf. That's a rude welcome for Vince Evans. And he didn't have much time to warm out. As you look at Jim McMahon.
10 out of 16 as he comes out of the game, and we can see him cringing in some pain. It looks like it's
I don't think
lower leg.
Yeah, but he ran pretty fast to get off the field, you know.
That was because it was hurting. 2nd and 10. High formation. Payton runs into a blocker. Becker and then breaks out to the left side and has a first down. Pattons and Payton to the 43-yard line of the Eagles. Robinson and Hopkins stopped them there.
Well, that was a case where the Eagles had the play stopped, and Payton just kind of juked around there, dipped up to the outside, and made something out of nothing, and almost got the first down.
Well, they're measuring now, and he may have it.
And look at this. Ken Clark, 71, has really jammed it up, along with Carl Hairston. So Payton says, okay, I'll go to the outside. Wes Hopkins missed the tackle, and Payton got the first down.
So the Bears keep it going. Evans continues at quarterback. Mike Ditka came running over to the near side bench to talk to McMahon during, I think he came to get the play. That was it. Got the play from Ed Hughes, is over there talking to McMahon.
Well, we've learned he got his ankle stepped on in that pilot.
First down for the Bears. Payton takes it right up the middle and nearly broke loose for a big one, and still picked up close to 9 again. Tripped up by Reggie Wilkes, number 51. So these teams taking turns, marching up and down the field to open this second half of play, and we're under a minute to go. And the entire quarter, Johnny, has been made up of an offensive drive by the Eagles from the opening kickoff, and the Bears going the other way.
That's what you call eating up the clock. This third quarter is one of the fastest I've ever seen.
There's McMahon having the ankle taped, it appears. 2nd and a yard and a half. Pitch to Payton. Gets a block from Suey, and a beauty. Suey, I mean, really wrecked his man who was hurt on the play. Slow to get up is Randy Logan. First down for Payton, forced out by Hopkins at the 26-yard line. And Logan just now getting up with assistance from Harrison. He's all right.
Well, Logan had popped Matt Suey several times. Watch 26 at the left of your screen. There's the block on Randy Logan as Payton got to the outside. So Suey dished out a little bit instead of taking some that he did earlier in the game. And there's the spike by Walter a little early. But I guess if you're out of bounds, you made a good run, you can spike it. Huh? The clock stopped. You can't do that when the clock is running.
30 seconds to play, third quarter. First down, Bears. 26-yard line of the Eagles. We're tied at 14. Suey nowhere to go that time as the middle of that Eagles line just stacked everything up, and Jerry Robinson slicing in between the end Harrison and the nose man Clark. Jerry Robinson can play on my team anytime. He's got to be in the premier group of linebackers in the NFL.
And he's beefed up this year to 225 pounds. He went on a little weight program during the offseason because he's playing inside now, and he says he likes it on the inside because he said sometimes when he was an outside linebacker, he said, the play went the other way. I never got in the action. Now I get in the action every play.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score. The Philadelphia Eagles 14, the Chicago Bears 14. We now pause for a word from your local station.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? And by Miller High Life. Welcome to Miller Time.
Like Bears to Honey, the Bears are headed toward the Philadelphia end zone from the 23-yard line. The Honey Bears cheering them on. 2nd and 8. And so far, Johnny, we have had 26 plays in this third period. We have not had a punt. The Eagles used up 15 of them, driving 79 yards for a score. Chicago has had 11 plays in their first possession, and we're now into the fourth quarter. Evans, the pass intended for Moorhead, incomplete at the sideline, the 10-yard line. Vince Evans in relief of the injured Jim McMahon. Wes Hopkins on the coverage on Moorhead. It'll be 3rd and 8.
Kenny Marjoram coming into the play now to give it to Vince Evans, called from the sidelines. Let's see what they call. As you said, 3rd and 8 as the Eagles bring in their little prevent defense. Jim McMahon walking around now, but it looks like it's a kind of a tender ankle.
3rd down. One thing for sure about Vince Evans, whatever his intentions are, you can count on him giving his very best out here for the Bears. He wants so badly to do well as a Chicago Bear.
There's a draw.
And he can run. Shakes loose from the tackle. Still going. Inside the 10-yard line for a first down.
That's a planned play. Quarterback draw by the quarterback, which Vince Evans does so well. They almost had him for the loss, and they would have had it settled to the field goal, but he kept his legs going and did a great job of running the ball. You set up the pass, and then you take off. They wheel the defensive lineman out the way they want to go. Wes Hopkins had him by the hip and couldn't bring him down, and now, you talk about some determination, he really puts it on and hangs on to the football. First down, Chicago.
Earl Hairston said that he's like another running back when he's out there, and the Eagles fear him running the ball. They had every reason to. 1st and goal. Suey to the 6-yard line. A pickup of about 4 on the play.
There's a little altercation going on with the wide receivers out there and defensive backs. Willie Galt got into it with
Ronnell Young.
Yeah. There's Young. He's a little ticked off. Maybe he was surprised. Galt threw a block on him.
2nd down and goal. A pickup of 4. The ball is at the 6-yard line. Bears driving. Remember, this is their first offensive series of the second half, and we're now nearly 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. Suey stacked up, got maybe a yard at most. 3rd and goal from the 5.
It looked like a little bit of a mix-up on the handoff there. Evans and Suey couldn't quite get it together, and it was a little delay getting started. So the play comes in, and with Evans in there, and even with McMahon in there, Mike Ditka likes to give him some kind of an option. And of course, I'm a great believer when you got a guy like Evans, you got to give him the option of running or passing. So let's see if they roll him out.
Anthony Griggs was the Eagle who made the big tackle on that play, a key tackle, and gives the Eagles a chance to stop them here on 3rd down and goal from the 5. Lone setback is Payton, slot left. In motion, McKinnon. Evans will throw, and he is nearly sacked. Still under pursuit. Gets the ball off, and coming back for it, Payton, but it is incomplete. And Payton complaining that he was interfered with by Brenard Wilson. But the Bears should be happy they got just an incompletion, because the Eagles had a tremendous rush on Evans, who showed his tremendous ability to elude that rush. So it is 4th down, and that will be field goal time for Bob Thomas. 12:27 remaining in regulation time. The Bears' first offensive possession will conclude with this play, the first possession of the second half. The Eagles kept the ball a long time, 15 plays for their score. And Thompson has Thomas has the field goal. Bob Thomas, his 9th of the season, and the Bears are in front. 12:24 remaining in regulation time. The Chicago Bears 17, the Eagles 14. There's Bob Thomas, who just kicked a 22-yard field goal to put the Bears back in front. 12:24 remaining in the fourth quarter. John, that's pretty unusual. The Eagles used up 8:33, going 79 yards for their tying touchdown. The Bears used up 9:03, going 71 yards in 11 plays for their field goal. It's kind of an unusual circumstance.
And when you look at it that way, that's the way football's supposed to be played,
that's,
right?
That's the object of the game, you bet. Thomas kicks it off. Short kickoff taken at the 15-yard line. by Major Everett, and he gets it out to the 25-yard line of the Eagles. They may spot it even over the 25. We'll wait and see. Kevin Potter made the tackle, number 20, and yes, the ball spotted at the 20, close to the 27-yard line, so fairly good field position for the Eagles.
Now we'll see if the Eagle offense picks up where they left off with that last drive.
So there's an official timeout on the field with the Bears leading by 3, 17-14. Tim Ryan and Johnny Morris back at Soldier Field with the Bears lead by 3 on the Bob Thomas field goal. We are in the fourth quarter, and it is Eagle ball. First down following the kickoff from the 27-yard line. And it is still Major Everett and Michael Haddix. Hubie Oliver has not returned, and Michael Williams hasn't been in there. At the running back position for the Eagles. Quick pass for Woodruff. Woodruff picks up close to a first down. Mike Richardson made the tackle for the Chicago Bears.
A great play by Jaworski to get that ball off. The Bears came in with a big blitz. As you look at some scores here, Green Bay 22-13 was that? Over
14.
22-14 over Minnesota. Cleveland 13-0 over Tampa Bay in the fourth quarter. Houston looks like they might win a football game. And look at this. Seattle has rallied 28-all with St. Louis in the fourth quarter. And New England doing a job on Miami.
Big game for the Seahawks. They're 6-4. Behind the Raiders. Second and a long one. And it's a first down for Haddix over the 40 to the 43-yard line, and so the Eagles grind it out here with a pair of rookie running backs. Haddix and Everett. Oliver has not returned. We haven't had a report on Michael Williams, but one must assume that he might have been hurt a little bit too. Dewerson made the tackle for the Bears. Of course, Wilbert Montgomery has been out for several games in uniform today, not expected to be used. The Jets leading Buffalo 17-14. That's been a seesaw affair so far. Quick and Woodruff are the wide receivers for the Eagles. They shift to the I formation. Quick drop, flare pass out that side to Quick, and he is dropped immediately. Nearly dropped the ball and then was dropped himself as the Bears were all over that. Leslie Frazier and the linebacker Gary Campbell and Todd Bell. The safety. Pickup of about 3 on the play.
We haven't seen all that much of Harold Carmichael in this game, have we?
No, we haven't gone to him. Carmichael had 24 catches coming into the football game. They spread the receiving such as it's been. They spread it around fairly well in the first half of the year. The rush on Jaworski, and he throws up the duck intended in the direction of Woodruff, but it was McMichael and Dent, the right side of that Bears defense, that did a good job of rushing the quarterback.
Okay, take a look at it. Singletary, number 50 on the blitz, takes up one of the defensive linemen. Gary Campbell gets after him, and so does 76 Steve McMichael, and all Jaworski could do was get rid of the ball, and he got away from it, from the intentional grounding pretty slyly, didn't he?
Well, he had somebody out there in the general direction, number 83, Woodruff. Jaworski's now 10 of 18 for 122 yards. 1 touchdown pass, 1 interception. They get 2 touchdown passes. Oh, what a catch by Vito Cav. Dave Dewerson, I'm sure, can't believe that. Cav a little slow to get up as he dove for that ball, and he made a dandy.
He's a little bit short of the first down.
Probably landed on the football and knocked the wind out, be my guess, because he tucked that into his midsection. What a great catch.
Okay, you're going to see number 22, Dave Dewerson, is the man that's on the coverage. He's at the bottom of your screen watching Jaworski, picking up the tight end coming across the field, and makes the contact, and I don't know. I don't think the ball was underneath him when he hit. It just hit hard, that's all.
Boy, did he ever. He was just completely flying through the air. No chance to get anything down to break his fall. We have a timeout on the field with 4th down and a yard to go, and the score of the Bears 17, Eagles 14. Vito Cab is up and apparently all right despite his great catch. It was not good enough for a first down. Max Runniger is in to punt at the 37-yard line. McKinnon waiting for it at the Bears' 10. 17-14 Bear lead. 9:37 to play.
And they're trying to draw the Bears off sides.
Bearcat signaled by McKinnon at the 10-yard line, and he makes it there. 47,524 actually at the game. That means more than 18,000 no-shows today here at Soldier Field. We'll be back with the Bears leading. Well, that roar of the crowd comes courtesy of Walter Payton, whose mission in life is to become a honey bear, I've decided.
He was doing some cheerleading, and the fans really responded.
And the honey bears would love to have him, I know that. First down. Inside handout to Suey. The Eagles fumble the ball, and I believe the Bears have recovered. The Eagles shut that down beautifully. Number 98, Greg Brown, and he made the hit on Suey, and Andy Frederick, fortunately for Chicago, number 71, came up with a loose ball. It'll be a loss on the play of about 5 yards.
It was action Payton to the right. Here comes Suey back against the grain, and here comes the hit as the Eagles were ready for it, and he lost the ball, and here comes Hilgenberg, number 63, who got it, the center.
Make it Hilgenberg and not Frederick.
Calvin Thomas is now in the football game.
Calvin Thomas, number 33. Walter Payton bursts out to the 15-yard line. Picked up about 10 yards on the play.
There he goes. You just wouldn't think he'd have the presence of mind, would you, to concentrating on his job, yet it doesn't seem to affect him. He can do a lot of things at one time.
It'll be 3rd and 5. Let's see it again. A nifty piece of running by Payton.
Just turns it up, almost broke it for much more yardage than that.
Moydell Young, number 43, putting the stop on him. Payton is now up to 80 yards rushing. Out of the shotgun, it's Payton on the inside handoff. He dropped the ball, and still a loose ball. It's going to be a Philadelphia football. Dennis McKinnon nearly recovered the ball smartly for the Bears, but could not hold on. And the Eagles come up with it. Harvey Armstrong, who has not seen a lot of action today because of a bad knee, comes up with the fumble after a brilliant run by Payton, an unfortunate fumble at the end of it.
Well, he is an exciting football player. Excellent call here. Crisscross blocking. Noah Jackson, 65, just gets the kick block, and watch Payton high step, and it gets hit.
Ooh, what a hit.
Ooh, boy, that ball came loose. McKinnon had it, and then he lost it, and then here comes Armstrong for the recovery. Super play for the Bears. It winds up as a turnover. The Eagles have their chance.
Ray Ellis, number 24, made that hit on Payton, and Payton is hurt or feeling bad, or both at this moment. We'll follow that for you. First down from the 40-yard line of Chicago. The crowd aroused here. Major Everett. Everett digs his way for a couple out the left side. The Bears shut it down. Bell is there. Richard Dent, number 95, and Walter Payton is all right. He just put his head down because he was unhappy at losing the ball. But Ray Ellis got some kind of a lick in on him, and he's at the 100-yard mark for the day. Routine for the wondrous one, number 34. Second and a long 7 for the Eagles in Bear territory, trailing 17-14. And 7:14 on the clock and counting. One setback is Haddix. Everett in motion off the wing. Michael Haddix bashes his way for about 4 out the left side. It'll bring up 3rd down and a long 3. Hartenstein and Singletary on the tackle. Jaworski looking to the sideline for the call from Dick Wood. Word on Michael Williams, apparently not injured, but has not been back in the game since the first half.
Okay, now once again you're going to see the hit by Ellis, number 24, as Payton was high-stepping it, and here comes the hit from the left side, and he really upends him, and down goes Payton. Wow. Now, here's a key play. Remember, a field goal, Franklin would be kicking against the wind.
Third down, about 4 to go. 52nd career 100-yard game rushing for Walter Payton today. Everett, the lone setback. Jaworski swings it out for Everett. Bears read it. Singletary. An outstanding job. Mike Singletary, number 50, and help from Tyrone Keys, number 98. Singletary just smelled that and stayed right with it. Fourth down for the Eagles, and these teams are both fired up now. This is the most fun we've had in a number of games.
Well, this is the kind of pass that can take you right out of the field goal chance, and it did because of Singletary's super play. So now the Eagles are going to have to punt. At least apparently they're going to punt. No chance even for a field goal after the big break on the turnover.
5:30 and counting, regulation time. So the clock now becoming a big factor. McKinnon, the punt returner, standing at the 10. Runager. That's going to hang up back inside the 10. Fair catch, McKinnon at the 9-yard line. The Bears failed to get out from their own end on the last series with the fumble by Payton. And they lead by only 3. The Eagles will try to bottle them up in here again. We'll be back. Tim Ryan with Johnny Morris. 5:10 to play, regulation time. The Bears buried in their own end at the 9-yard line. They lead by 3. They've lost their last 2 in a row. The Eagles have lost 4 in a row. Both teams are playing fired-up football. Evans continues at quarterback. Matt Suey blasts out for a gain of 9, close to the first down. Well, other important action in the NFC Central today, Green Bay and Minnesota. And look at this one. The Vikings have come back. They trail by 1 in the fourth quarter. The Vikings 6-4, Green Bay 5-5. And of course, Detroit and Houston playing their game today, and the Lions are 5-5 going into the game today.
And there's still 11 minutes left in that Green Bay Minnesota game.
Second and about a yard to go. Payton again has the first down to the 22-yard line. Tripped up by Anthony Griggs, number 58, inside right linebacker. So the Bears get some breathing room. Suey brings the play in. Dunsmore, the tight end, comes out. 4:11 and counting.
So the Bear offense has a chance to dictate their own fate here. They could keep the Eagles from getting the ball at all, or at least very late in the game, if they can drive right down the field. Of course, the Eagles know they're going to run, so we'll see as you see McMahon watching from the sidelines.
An ankle injury to Jim McMahon. Vince Evans taking over. Walter Payton drives for about 5 out to the 29-yard line. And we're down to 3:40. Back comes Dunsmore, bringing the play in. Out comes Moorhead. Walter Payton says, give me the ball. I'd love to run it.
Well, he's had something like 112 straight starts now. Probably the most durable running back, along with Jimmy Brown, as any running back in the history of the National Football League.
19 carries, 111 yards today for Walter Payton. Second, a long 3. McKinnon in motion. Payton again. They do a good job out that left side of the Eagles defense, and it looks like he will be short of the first down. Wilkes and Ellis tracking Payton, who picked up close to 3 on the play. And they may have to measure here. Yes, they will. He always gets a good spot on the ball, Walter Payton. Always. He'll reach out that arm and plant the ball, and sometimes that influences an official. And it seems that every time it's close for Payton, he's going to get a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, and he gets it there.
Well, I think the Eagles, as you know, they like to run a lot of that 3-4 defense. And I think they're going to have to tighten up those linebackers and fill those gaps, because a lot of the plays that Payton's running are delays and semi-draws, yet they're holding the blocks long enough, and the Eagles are going to have to take their chances now, bring those linebackers in, fill the gaps, and just take the chance that the Bears aren't going to pass the ball on them. They got to get in there and stop them. Otherwise, the Bears are going to just walk right down the field.
First down. Play action. Evans under pressure. Back the other way for Suey. Incomplete. Evans had two guys right on top of him, Joel Williams and Greg Brown, and so he did not even have a chance to get the ball back, and Evans is slow to get up.
Well, that was a screen back to the middle with Matt Suey on the rollout pass, and here comes 59 Williams to put the pressure on. The linemen are out here, and Suey got there a little bit late, and of course Evans was under tremendous pressure. Good defense by the Eagles. So now we have an interesting situation, a 2nd down and 10. The clock is stopped, 2:30 to go. Vince Evans 0 for 4.
Well, the clock is stopped, and Evans is coming over, and it's going to be Bob Avellini making his first appearance of the season. As Evans was shaken up on that play, took a pretty good shot from Williams and Harrison. And it looks like he's telling Ditka that he's all right there on the sideline, so he may be back in a play later. But Bob Avellini on 2nd and 10 is in a fairly critical situation here. 2:30 on the clock. The Bears have got to keep the ball. The Eagles want to get it.
His first action of the year in regular season, the old starting quarterback for the Bears throughout the late 70s.
Slot formation left. Suey. So they didn't let him throw it on his first play of the game. A gain of about a yard brings up 3rd and 9. Now what do? You come back with Evans?
No, they're not. Well, Evans is on the sidelines. It's the 3rd down. Avellini's waiting to see whether he's going to get a play or whether he's going to go out.
They're talking to Evans, and I think they're going to send him in with a play. And they do. And Marjoram with him.
They're going to wait for the 2-minute clock.
So the 2-minute warning stops the clock, and we'll be back at Chicago Soldier Field with a 3rd down for the Bears and 8 to go. They lead by 3. Tim Ryan and Johnny Morris back here, where the really interesting question, Johnny, is what do the Eagles do defensively here?
Well, they don't blitz very much, but they have more today, and their safety blitz has worked very well. The Bears know that they've been doing that. It's a 3rd and 8 situation. How will the Eagles play it? Straight rush, or will they try and put all the pressure on? It looks right now like it's going to be a straight rush.
They've got 4 down linemen in, 1 linebacker up along the line of scrimmage.
They ran around.
Payton bringing it out the left side, has the 1st down. He just waited for the blocking to develop, stayed in control, and picked up the 1st down. Out to the 48-yard line.
He was wide open around the end as Wes Hopkins moved in at the last second, number 48, and blitzed from the zone where Payton ended up running around the end. You'll see the blitzing man come inside here. 48 right there was inside, got caught in, and here's Payton with Kurt Becker out there to throw a block for him and gets the 1st down.
126 yards rushing. Detroit trailing Houston 27-17 in their football game. And if the Lions lose, they'll fall to 5 and 6. So the Bears in command here now with that big 1st down run by Payton. 1:22 on the clock. They'll be back at Chicago Soldier Field. Bears 1st down. Vince Evans continues in relief of Jim McMahon. 1:22 to play. Bob Thomas's field goal looming larger. A big 1st down run by Walter Payton to keep the Bears drive alive and their control of the game and the clock. Eagles taking their first timeout. Get it stopped at 1:22. Payton busts through Ken Clark, and Clark was hurt on the play. Ken Clark, 255-pounder, meaning Payton head on, and it is Clark slow to get up. 1:13 and counting down as the Eagles take another timeout.
The Eagles lost a few seconds that first timeout. They waited too long to call it, but we have a timeout now with Chicago leading 17-14.
Back in Chicago. Coming up next on CBS, by the way, those of you who think maybe Dallas is a Super Bowl team this year will get a chance to see them against San Diego. All of you except those of you in the Chicago area will see that game coming up next, our doubleheader game here on CBS Sports. And tonight on CBS, the usual outstanding Sunday night programming with something new. 60 Minutes will be followed by the first episode of Chiefs, a new mini-series that's been getting a lot of attention, and Trapper John M.D. will follow that. So quite an evening of entertainment on CBS. Second down and about 7 for the Chicago Bears. The ball is at midfield. They have 1:13, and they have the football. The Eagles have to make something happen here in order to get themselves a chance to tie or win in the final seconds. Bears have turned it over once, the Eagles twice today. Payton, Williams, and Hopkins on the tackle. And make that 2 turnovers for the Bears as well. Both Suey and Payton have fumbled the ball to the Eagles today. Final timeout has been called by Philadelphia as they held Payton to about a 2-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and a long 4 with 1:06 showing on the clock. Marion Campbell, of course, was the defensive boss under Dick Vermeil, and defense is his specialty, and his team has done another fine job here today in that department. So he will be organizing the defense on this all-important play, the last gasp effort for the Eagles to stop the Bears and get the ball with time to make something happen offensively. Hopkins, who has played an outstanding game today, the rookie from SMU, getting some instructions from Campbell on the sidelines. Eagles got to feel a little snake bit when they come to Chicago. There's the record since 1933.
And overall, the Bears lead the series 18 wins to 4 with 1 tie. So over the years, the Bears have pretty much had Philadelphia's number. As you look at Mike Ditka, he sorely needs a victory, as does Marion Campbell over on the other side.
So we're ready to go on 3rd down. Evans, the quarterback. Payton and Suey. Suey, short of the first down. Hopkins made the tackle, number 48. 55 seconds and counting. Bears will take all the time possible to try and keep possession of the football.
Well, the Eagles are going to get it back, and they'll have time for a couple of plays, but
maybe a couple of plays. They can use up a lot of time here kicking the ball. It's 34 and counting. They'll maybe get 1 play. Shira standing back inside the 10. Parsons taking plenty of time, 25 seconds. 40-yard line.
He may even take the penalty.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me either, and he does. Down to 19. So that'll give us a chance to take a quick look around the rest of the National Football League early afternoon action. And there's that big one, Green Bay and Minnesota, 22-21. It is not yet a final. And Tampa Bay falling right back into the losing ways. Cleveland shut them out 20-0. Detroit getting beat by Houston 27-17. They'll fall to 5-6, it looks like. Seattle, St. Louis, and then you see New England leading Miami 17-6. Patriots, strange kind of a team. They beat the tough guys and lose to the easy ones. Parsons to punt with 19 seconds on the clock. Clock starting on the snap, and a short punt that is fielded by Shira with some running room, but a good open field tackle. Emery Moorhead, I believe. No, make it Dennis Gentry, number 29, making the tackle. And a couple of more scores with 10 seconds left. The last gasp of the Eagles today, who've lost 4 in a row. We see Buffalo and the Jets are tied at 17 in the 4th quarter. Kansas City over Cincinnati, 20-15. Pittsburgh, what a year they're having without Terry Bradshaw. Tough Baltimore, trailing 17-6 at halftime. Well, the Eagles are at their own 27-yard line with 10 seconds. Bears have Dave Dewerson about 40 yards downfield, and now Richardson goes even deeper. They're practically in punt receiving formation. 3 wide receivers are out the right side. Schmidt and Williams are in. The Bears secondary, 6 defensive backs. Jaworski, sideliner for Quick, complete, gets out of bounds, 4 seconds left. Good job by the Eagles. Bell had the coverage on Quick. Perfectly delivered pass to the midfield stripe, so they get one more shot.
What's Franklin's longest field goal? He's, as we take a look at the replay, down and then head to the sidelines. Good play. They're just running out of time. 4 seconds to go.
47 yards his longest this year, Tony Franklin.
He's also
4 seconds. They're not going to get 2 plays.
Nope.
They got to make it happen here. This time they put everybody out on the left side. Major Everett in the backfield. Jaworski chucks it up. Hope and a prayer, and it is incomplete. Melvin Hoover, the closest Eagle to it. Time has expired as the ball was knocked away by Dave Duerson of the Bears, who have won their 4th game of the season. And the Chicago Bears, having lost 2 in a row, get back on the winning way. And the Philadelphia Eagles fall for the 5th straight time. So the Chicago Bears can feel a little better about things for the remainder of the season. Saying so long from Soldier Field, I'm Tim Ryan for Johnny Morris. The Bears 17, Eagles 14. Coming up next, the Dallas Cowboys against the Chargers. CBS Sports coverage continues after this word from your local station.